Hey guys, sorry about the delay. It is October now, and so
We're coming into fall. Well, we're in
we're already
fall.
here. Yeah, we have arrived,
We've arrived.
prepping for winter a little bit. We did have ended up picking up the lot next to us, so that's increased our
Acreage up
acreage.
to 5 acres now with the added lot onto it. Um, and it's all undeveloped for the most part too. We'll turn around here and
You
then
can probably see a couple of trees back there with some orange marking, and so it goes about 50 feet back. And then I'll flip the camera over here, and all this over here to those little trees with the orange marking there, and over is now what we're working with.
we have did a little bit of clearing along the road here just to help widen out the neighborhood road, because the bushes were definitely getting pretty big there as far as spring, summer goes. So pretty much from here in, we cleared out a whole bunch, just again helping widening it out, give a little more space. The cars weren't getting scratched by bushes as you're driving up the hill.
And then we also started clearing off this side, so all of this was heavily wooded, and we cleared all the way up to here. We haven't exactly decided what we're going to do there, if anything, but it needed to be done, so that's what we did.
Can't know what we're gonna do unless we clear it. So yeah, just trying to tidy some things up, make it a little easier. Again, some neighborhood love.
Yeah.
Speaking of.
This is the water runoff that we dug out the other year, and that's been holding up great. It's really been divided. So it's really been working well to go ahead and get a lot of water off the road.
You can kind of see how deep it is. And it goes pretty darn far back. And that'll help shoot water down towards where our seasonal creek is at too. So it'll just help resupply that up as we get more and more developed. That'll help in the long run.
Yeah. So the garden did not turn out very well. We cut down some more trees and everything like that.
Got that huge pile over there filled with a lot and brush from other piles that we have been trying to clear and then push out of the way so it's just not mucking up the space. But yeah, the garden, even though we did the water and even though Connor took down a bunch of the trees, it still just wasn't too happy. I think we're gonna have to throw it in and say buy a giant truckload of soil, which a lot of people advised, because as much as building and turning compost and everything has been, it still just doesn't love it. And yes, animal poop too. You name it, I've tried it. We're just gonna buy more soil.
Yeah. So Max was here. He left us his truck while he's taking care of stuff, and we actually got rid of the other truck. The engine had blown and the heater cord gone out. There was some legal stuff with that, but I'm not going to get into that and everything.
It was problematic. The truck was dead.
Yes. So I actually traded it recently on Facebook Market, and I got 2 trailers, and I think that's a win, because now I can haul lumber from the lumber yard. And this could be good little goat trailer if we get goats, or just a taking the trash away trailer. So I think it's a win-win.
As you can kind of see, what was our big pile of lumber, or not lumber, logs, we now need to clear away, because that kind of actually blockades us from getting to the lot right there next door. And we've been doing some theorizing and trying to figure out some stuff. Definitely want to do a driveway, and clearing out that is going to be easy to go ahead and flatten it down then. and do a driveway. So that'll be cool to get that done in
Yeah.
future.
So you may have noticed Shelly's little jumper here. And then my t-shirt.
I'm here to
Shake things up.
shake things up.
And so we have been observing the Feast of Tabernacles this year. We've been wanting to do it for a few years now, but it's been about time management to actually build the tabernacle. But this is the tabernacle. And you can see the sun or the moonlight comes in very nicely at night. We've been having our meals here.
This beautiful donated table from a family that joined us for Feast of Trumpets.
Yeah.
So we've been trying to just follow just more of the biblical feasts in general and learning as we go, and it's been really fun and just a beautiful spiritual experience.
Yeah.
So yeah, shaking things up. Wait. Shaking the lube up.
All right. We actually ended up, there was a place that retired a solar panel farm. They upgraded to newer solar panels. And so we found these 310 watts, and they are huge. I mean, Shelly's going to stand right there so you can see how big they are.
If I stand between the two, you'll get an idea of just how much bigger these ones are compared to what we had. What we now added on.
Yeah, so they're 300 and I think they're 10 watts, 310, 315 right there. Anyways, but so normally that would run, yeah, they're 310 watts. They would normally run about $315. But because they were used, we got them for $50 a pop. So we drove up to Kentucky and we borrowed Joe's truck and we transported them down here, and we picked up some rough cut lumber and built a stand to put them on. Got them all wired in. This has actually doubled our input for the solar. Now we are definitely filling that 48 volt battery at all times, and
still running the refrigerator, but we're running it 24/7.
Yep, running it all the time now, and it's been working great. The generator did die, so I'm not as mechanically inclined as I was hoping to believe. Not only did it die, it caught on fire and died.
Yeah, there was at least one fire, and after pulling that out and inspecting the area, it turns out that there was a secondary fire that was coming close. So really, it was a blessing in disguise that one finally just said, no more working on me. I do not want to work. Get rid of me.
So we scraped together the monies, and we got a new inverter generator. So it runs quieter, and
not as powerful, but it still runs the well, which is the only thing we absolutely needed.
Yeah, so, but the cool thing is everything vents out here to the side, away from everything now. There's no heat going towards the house. You can see, that darkening right there. So I'm going to view it as a blessing, even though it cost me $1,100 to $1,200 that it stopped working, so that perhaps it didn't burn down the house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to view that as a blessing. So we've got this plug added here so that once we get the 240 system set up, we can either plug into the generator here or to that plug to turn on the well pump to fill the water catchment tank in here.
So yeah, that was really an interesting and my moment.
Yep.
But we got that figured out. There's been a little bit of trouble here with some of the concrete, we poured on the edge of where it dips out. It's cracking. I'm gonna go ahead and reinforce it with bricks. A little labor intensive, but I think in the long run, it again help hold it, retain that rocks and the water. Let the water pass without flushing everything away.
These are looking good now. They've had a long time to really establish. We've really been enjoying those. Mm-hmm. The major thing is the ceiling is complete. Look at that.
Look at our pretty ceiling.
So all of it is pallet wood, stained black. Very tricky to get a lot of these angles, but we got it. And so, yay. And then you'll notice over here, there is a second inverter now. And that is meant to run in parallel, split phase, to produce the 240. Now I had it wired up, but apparently the firmware in this one does not match the firmware in this one. So I have to update that with a computer. I've got the firmware to do it. I just have not done it yet. But once we do that, that should be good to go. Now,
finish connecting them up, and they'll run enough power to do our well pump. So if we don't want to run the generator for the well pump, we could run it off of solar. If we don't have enough solar but we need water, we have the generator. So they will back each other up.
Right. And you see we moved the cabinet over here. And Shelly installed these little pulley out drawer thingies.
So fancy. I did that. But then we had to do whole cabinet shuffle, that kind of thing.
But we got it going, so it's all good.
Let's see. Yeah, that was my list.
That's it, man. We've just been working and trying to improve things around here little bit by little bit. We had a really good visit.
Max and his girly girl Caitlin came up, visited. That was really super fun to have. It's always fun to have somebody new come, and it's always fun to have my brother come up. He's been up a few times now, and it's really welcoming to be able to see their eyes light up with the possibilities of the future, and maybe coming here, maybe not. They're still young, they're still figuring things out, so we'll see.
Yeah, but
it's always fun and homey to have peoples and get to enjoy. It's beautiful weather this week. We know winter is coming. We know it's going to get cold. So we're going to have to start buttoning things down. But fortunately, we've been building things to be sustainable through winter, where it's not too much cleanup that we have to worry about. Just a few things here and there.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to let you go. But thanks for checking in on us, and have a great day. We'll see you next time.